Konnichiwa, good afternoon, and as always, welcome to my new video. Long time no see, huh? I mean, yeah, I didn't post last week because, you know, circumstances. Sorry! And this week, this is the topic that we are going to discuss is my birthday! So yeah, actually I'm turning 20 this week, like in a week, after a week, next Saturday. Yeah, on the 24th of March. What I can do is I can look back at my life, at how I looked like in my childhood, in my embarrassing teenage times. And yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that by 20 years old, I will know everything in this world. Like, literally, I will own my own flat. I will live separately from my parents, and I will have a family already. I will have like 2-3 kids by this time. But now I feel like 20 does literally not mean this. So yeah, well, I think you're looking forward to see these embarrassing pictures of little me and laugh at it with me. So yeah, let's fucking get it started. Why not? Why not? So what you can see in this picture is me and my dad, and I'm probably 7 years old here. And I wanted to put out this picture because there was me and my dad, and it was pretty cool. I was like having this weird, like you know, haircut, but I look pretty much normal here. But whatever you will see afterwards is going to be the mess. Yikes! That's how I looked like in my 7 years old. I had this really blonde hair. They were like real blonde. They were fair, like the fairest hair ever. And those Asian eyes, this big nose, this big face. Oh my god, I was like, I don't know. But I was adorable at the same time. I don't know. I just, looking back at those pictures, I'm like, it's not that bad, you know? And the fact that I don't have eyebrows at all, like, whatever, you know, like, whatever. I was a little kid. This is me. Oh my god, I'm so tanned here. Like, I used to get this tan, like, really easily, and it would stay up on my skin for, like, a lot of time, and I loved it so fucking much. So, what I want to talk about is, like, I want to talk about a little bit about what kind of person I was when I was a little kid. So, maybe I was looking pretty much more or less fine and okay. I was an asshole. Like, literally, I was so fucking rude. I was so fucking ignorant. I was so bad. So, just for you to know, my dad was a really good person, and he actually, in a lot of cases where he should have just told me that I should not do some certain things, I should not behave myself a certain way, he just wouldn't do that. And because he was too kind to me, and he loved me too much for it, and that's why I was an asshole. I was doing whatever I was supposed to do. I was screaming, I was yelling, I was asking for gifts, I was asking for like expensive stuff, and I was like, Dad, how come? Fuck it, just give it to me, I just want it. And I really regret being like that, but well, you know, we're all like imperfect, and stuff happens and shit happens, and yeah, well, we all do have our ups and downs, okay? And I can regret this because now I am completely opposite person. I'm trying to be a completely opposite person. Oh my god, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. Look at this stomach. Just take a moment, take a deep moment to appreciate how fat I was. But like, this huge stomach, I still struggle with that because every time I put on some extra weight, it all goes into my stomach, and I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking do? Ugh! And also this top, oh man, who let me like wear this stuff? Like, this is my mom next to me, and it's probably like illustrating everything that was happening between me and my mom all my childhood. And I think now it still kind of happens, but like, this is all my childhood in one picture with my mom. I was doing my homework for my music school. Like, I had to play some song for like a lot of times, and I was not into that. I was just like, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. My mom was always the strict one. I was asking her to buy me something, and she was like, no, never, like, you don't need this. And she probably was right back then, but I hated her for that. I was just like, no, why dad is so cool and mom is so boring? Like, what's happening in my life? Oh yeah, look at that boss over there. Like, this is our countryside house, and it's like the boss sitting there like, what you gonna do about me? Like, hey, I've got everything I want, I've got everything I need. I was probably something like 11 years old back there, so let this picture hang on there for a second, because you have to see how it looked like when it happened to me, and it makes it, you know, more hilarious and more embarrassing to me. Well, but I'm trying to achieve it, so that's okay, that's perfectly fine. So like, you know, when you turn 11 years old, or probably earlier or probably later, you start kind of, you know, wondering about some stuff in your life. Like, where do kids come from, and, you know, how did the universe came to, like, the start, or anything like that. Well, actually, you care about how people fuck, you know. Like, maybe you don't, but I did. I was curious about that. And you know what kids do when they want to see something with their eyes, and when they have the internet access, they go to the internet and they watch porn, basically. So the thing is, me and my entire family, we had only one computer, and it was in my dad's room, so it basically was his computer. So like, I used this computer, it had an internet access, and it was like, why the fuck not? I want to see that. I wanna take a look at that, you know, just like slightly take a look at that. So of course I was little, I was dumb, I had no idea that my computer can get viruses or anything like that, so I somehow accidentally clicked download on some file, you know. Like, basically I didn't even have a chance to watch this fucking porn that I clicked to download or something like that. My computer crashed. It was only like the blue screen on that, and it was written by like white letters in there. Your computer was crushed by a virus because you were watching gay porn. You know what's interesting? It wasn't gay porn, it was hetero porn, like it was women and men. And the thing is that I turned off my computer and then I turned it on, and this thing kept popping up. Like nothing would, you know, log in or anything like that. It was just this fucking message on a blue screen. And I was like, fuck no. God damn it. Those couple of hours before my father would, like, you know, go back home from his work, I was thinking of a reason why did that happen. And then I realized, okay, we come up with a perfect story. Like, I'll say that I did nothing wrong, I just clicked close the window that popped out somewhere, and then it just ended up being this shit that it is right now. My dad came home from work and he was like, oh, okay, hey, what's up, how are you doing back there? And I was like, Dad, you're not going to believe this, but here is what happened. And my dad, when he saw it, he was just like, he didn't say anything at all. He just said, go back to your room. And I was just like, okay, that's fine. And I was so fucking nervous because I understood that he didn't believe me. He didn't believe this fucking story I made up. Then he went to my room and I was like sitting there all shaking because I was like, fuck no, now my dad knows that I watch porn or something like that, and I didn't even watch it. This is the pettiest part ever. And I looked at him and I told Dad, I'm so fucking sorry. And all he said to me was like, it's okay, I fixed it, it's never mind, but like, make sure to not crush my computer like once again. I was like, oh my god, thank god. This just like, whew. And here you go, that's how it looked like in my 13 years old. I was pretty much fat back there already. Like, I was eating a lot of stuff. I was overeating like every fucking day, and you probably cannot see it just here because it's pretty much more or less normal picture, but like still no eyebrows, as you can see. This was probably the time when I started appearing on the internet, like for the first times. And then this shit happened. Like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was fucking 13 years old. I didn't know shit. I was fat. I didn't know shit about makeup, but I was sure I'm doing everything alright. I remember I posted it, and it was so embarrassing because then my friends saw it, and the guy I liked real much, he saw it as well, and he said, "Oh my god, how dumb you look," and then I was like, oh shit, and then I deleted them probably, but it was just like real sad for me to hear. that's kind of a funny picture as well. So I was 15 years old here, and this is my dad once again. But like this hairstyle, what is that even? Like I was doing like that, something like that, and then that, and it all was in a ponytail like that. And I had no makeup on because I've been following Demi Lovato by those days, and then she would post like those kind of posts like no makeup Monday or something like that, like appreciate your skin with no makeup, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna appreciate my skin with no makeup, yikes, I'm not gonna like put any makeup on, yikes, I'm gonna look horrendously good. And that's what happened. That's what happened. And this is when changes happened. Yikes! That's when I lost a lot of weight. Like, I lost about 10 kilograms or something like that. And yikes! That's how it looked like back there. Yikes, my 16 years old. Yay! Loved myself back there. And that's when I went to London. Yikes! I was 16 years old and I went to London and met those two precious little babies. And we spent a great time together in London and afterwards, and yeah, that was pretty much more or less a good time. That's when eyebrows came to me. This is shit. Like what you can see there is probably is a little bit alright. Okay, yeah. Well, whatever. But like afterwards I was doing them worse and worse and worse until I actually realized that I should not make them like that, and then I started making them better and better and better, and now they look pretty much okay. That's the time when I was attending English language school, and that's when I met my precious best friend, which I call my wife, but she's not actually my wife. We're just like, you know, fooling around, but like, yeah. And this is actually our fake wedding. She's my best friend, and she means basically everything to me, and I still love her so much. I'm still so fucking thankful, like, that I met her in there. And hey there, that's when I'm 17 years old, and this is a picture from my prom, and that's how horrendous I looked like during my prom. Not so bad, but I still don't like how it looks like. Then I realized that I should have just like let it all go and just be with a straight hair in there and just be my fucking self. The guy you see in the picture, this was my prom date, if you say so, but like, he's my best friend and he's still my best friend, and we're still keep in touch, and I still love him real much, if I can say so. That was a funny day. I remember that day. I really missed that day, really. And that's the horrendous eyebrows I was talking about. This is when I started making regular videos for YouTube. This is when I started going to my university. Also, this is the picture from the video Happy Valentine's Day stuff or something like that, where I talk as a retarded person, like actually. Please don't watch those videos. Please don't watch my first videos. I talk like a fucking whatever I am. And wow, look at that! I'm 18 years old in this picture. That was a photo shoot, like the first photo shoot ever in my life, and I was feeling the worst in this day. I remember this fucking day. At the same time, there was some stuff happening in my life, and it was so fucking hard for me to deal with all that. And I still went to this photo shoot, and I thought that it's going to help me. I remember this was a shitty photo shoot. Like, the pictures were great, and I pretended like I liked them. And I told everybody that I liked this photo shoot because it was great. But I was feeling so depressed. I was feeling so ruined inside. I still regret going to this photo shoot a little bit because, like, it made no sense to me. Like, I could go afterwards. I could go even now when I'm feeling like I'm feeling great right now. I'm feeling great about everything. But, like, I still decided to go there, and I still don't like my decision about that. And that's when Israel happened. I was almost 19 years old, yeah, and that's when Red Hat happened. That's when, yikes, I cut my hair off. It was my first lonely journey, and I filmed an entire vlog about this. You can check it out, by the way. It's called Trip to Eilat. So it's rather long, I know that, but like, it was kind of a vlog where I was making sure that I keep talking to somebody, because I was completely alone there and I didn't have anybody to talk to. And I was talking about some random stuff sometimes, but I also was showing like the around, what's going on, what's going to happen. And if you're interested, you can check that out. But like, if you don't, well, don't check that out. You know, I'm just going to say that I learned a lot of stuff in my life. Like, I was an asshole at first. I was a horrible person at first. I thought that I'm gonna get everything I want to get by just calling people to do so. I thought that everybody's going to love what I'm doing just because I'm doing that, just because I make an effort. But it's not true, like. And I thought that people are interested in me. People are so excited to see it and to read it or anything like that. But people were not. People were not caring about me at all. And they had a reason for that, because I was not an interesting person at all. I was basically telling them, hey, I made this stuff and you don't make it. I'm special because I make this stuff and regular people can't make it. Go watch it because I'm special. And it was totally wrong of me. And also I understood that I have to treat people kindly. People are angry, people are upset those days. And if you don't give them this little piece of kindness, they will like destroy you somehow. And they are it's quite sad to see them being like that. And if you kind of help them to be better in some way and you make their day better, that's worth it, I guess. That's just worth it. Also, if you have any questions, ideas, suggestions, anything you want, go to my Ask account. It's www.ask.fm/Jonathan from Russia. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. I opened up my direct messages, so now you can direct message me if you have Twitter. So yeah, it's Aaron Curbs, by the way. And sayonara, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.